Hello, everybody. My name is Logan Scott, and this is my Stasis AI-powered personal health and diagnosis assistant. This will be the order of presentation that you'll see all things in. And so first and foremost, we have the background of stasis. Stasis basically would be a misdiagnosis and delayed diagnosis web application, and it's originally designed to be Apple or Android application. But yeah, for implementation number one, we've allowed it to be a web app. As you can see, misdiagnosis obviously is the incorrect condition identification, and delayed diagnosis is the late recognition. And so this is designed to be the bridge gap between the two. The significance of misdiagnosis and delayed diagnosis, as you can see to the right, you have the study from Newman Tucker, our top 15 serious health conditions most commonly missed. And so misdiagnosis causes 795,000 disabilities. Stasis, we designed this idea to bridge the gap between what patients don't know and how they cannot explain themselves, their problems. And obviously, that 7,000, 9,000 Americans die each year from medication errors. And so we see the importance of this and how stasis might be able to bridge the gap between the two. This is just 15 diseases that causes 15% of all these cases. As you can see, of your stroke, you have sepsis, pneumonia, other cancers. So it'd be more extreme numbers. Things like lung cancer, breast cancer, heart attack. And so these are obviously things we want to bridge the gap between. Our delimitations, these are things that stasis will not, be able to go around, is your medical operations, your human error, patient compliance, things of that nature. The design for stasis is basically to be a one-to-one relationship. As you can see, we have from user to patient to device data. And then from our back end, we have our AI analysis service through Gemini GPT, and then our secure API layer going from front end to back end to have a smooth communication. This is our review literature where we got most of our main sources from. And then lastly, our instruments. So our phase one was designed because of phase two. Phase two was initially supposed to be the first phase, but in our 8-week span, we had to dumb it down to a web application for the first design. And I think, and I know in version 2, we want to have the Fitbit and the Apple Watch and the Apple iPhone integrate. That could be a pocket thing, and that it could even be one of those situations where it notifies your healthcare provider. But in version 1, which will be shown at the end, we have the Stasis phase 1 where we have the web app for the design prototype. This is basically our web app UI created from our framework and our created from all our frameworks. And so obviously you can see the login authenticator, the welcome back login where we have the dashboard. Under that we have the UI, where this is supposed to be the main host of the importance, where we have a speaking voice, and it's supposed to be wrapped around 360 degrees. We have our symptoms for fatigue, head pressure, glucose, body temp, but even more than that, symptoms input, and you can see a list of symptoms. And this is basically just a design for the future, but even this was our original design, and as we kind of designed and actually started coding, we made a few minor tweaks. And so here we are, Stasis, our AI-powered engine. We log in. There we go. And so here we are. We have our health history. This is the UI that we talk about, the main point. And you can see the difference between that PowerPoint where it was based off of design, and then we have it here. We have our health history, view body status, update vital numbers, and our check symptoms. And this is where you have that insert portion where in the near future we want to replace that with a speaking AI agent. And then we have our vitals, heart rate, blood pressure, glucose, body temp, and organ saturation. And so obviously you can see where you see the input, and then like I said, the UI is the most important part. We want that thing to be in the center, being able to twist around. And obviously you can see where Logan, quote unquote, is currently in stasis. And then we have our AI health analysis where you can turn on and off depending on the user, whatever you want. We're gonna input this real quick, and so all right, saved. We're gonna have a little error here. All right, there we go. We're saved, and so now we have to where we're gonna analyze the problems. We have a quick little prompt that we got that we want to analyze. And so, based off of what we just pasted in, and obviously that's where that patient would put the things in. And then here we go. This is our diagnosis. So we have the flu, pneumonia, COVID-19. We have acute upper respiratory infection, and we have acute bronchitis. And so, still here, I think this is having an error because of percentage. I think we have the view in 100%. But here you can see we have that COVID-19 likelihood of 45%. We have common symptoms. We have ranking. This is number 4 out of the 5 possibilities. This is the recommendations at the bottom. I don't know why we have this thing right here. Let's try to zoom out real quick. Okay, we're not getting a perfect size, but yeah. So here and then and we're gonna look through all of the illnesses. We have the flu, 60% likelihood. It's the number 2 on our ranking of our top 5, and then acute upper respiratory infection. But basically, throughout as we just look through this, you can see where we are from our version 1 is we are here to give an accurate acute opportunity to let the patient know what this might be, so that when they go to the doctor has already had some help on our back end. Obviously, this is version 1 of an 8-week implementation, so we have core features that have not been implemented yet. But yeah, you can see we have the symptoms where it'll keep track of your symptoms, the medications, where you can fill in your health records, AI insights. And then that's how we just combine all of that data into one to give us the most accurate representation. You can see the vital signs and AI insights is what we're currently working on. But this so far is Stasis version 1. I'm extremely proud to have created this and to see where this is going to go from here, and to steer ahead into the future of medication technology. My name is Logan Scott, and I thank you, and I hope you have a great day.